We're here in Wellington, outside Environment House. It's been 10 years since the last State of the Environment report. It was released in 1997. Now we've got the 2007 State of the Environment report. We're going to see what's the state of our rivers, our aquifers, our lakes, what's the state of our greenhouse emissions, what's the air quality like in our cities. It should all be in the report, so we're going to go and have a listen to it now.
Now the government is taking a lot of leadership in sustainability and climate change issues through a big range of initiatives. The emissions trading scheme is one which has had a lot of publicity. There's support for household energy efficiency and solar heating, the waste reduction and recycling initiatives.
Is it time for the government to get a bit tough on farmers?
There's no question that we're looking at corporate farming. There's a dramatic expansion in farming, but this is not your family farm with 200 cows. The average herd in South Canterbury now is 700 cows. These are enormous herds, and it's time to put some kind of regulation on this. We need some kind of national policy statement and national environmental standards from the central government to support regional councils. They're trying to do their best, but they're under immense pressure from federated farmers and other groups who are trying to stop them, putting restrictions on the amount of nutrient going into water.
Why do you think government hasn't done that already?
I think government's been under a lot of pressure from the kind of dairy industry lobby. It's very powerful, it's an enormous industry in New Zealand, and I think that the people of New Zealand need to stand up and say, we think our rivers and lakes should be cleaned up, and that needs the government to stand up against big business dairy companies. We're standing here by the Hutt River in the Hutt Valley near Wellington. This is a river which sometimes has pollution problems. Last summer we had a whole bunch of cyanobacteria in the river, and some dogs came along, drank it and died, 3 dogs. So it's a bit of a problem here, but it's also a problem around the country. The State of the Environment report showed declining river standards or water quality standards in rivers and lakes, increased nutrient load. Now, federated farmers are saying that they're opposing the attempts by regional council to put restrictions on nutrient flow into rivers, to cap the nutrient flow into rivers, but we have to cap the nutrient flow into rivers if we are to improve water quality. The other thing that Trevor did today was he talked about, more broadly, about the state of the environment. He mentioned 3 initiatives, the emissions trading scheme, the energy efficiency and conservation strategy, and the waste bill. Now, of course, the waste bill is a Green Party initiative, Nandor's bill. It's currently in select committee. The energy efficiency and conservation strategy is also a Green Party initiative. Jeanette Fitzsimons is the government spokesperson on energy efficiency, and she's been working really hard on that strategy. And then there's the emissions trading scheme. Now, the emissions trading scheme isn't perfect. In fact, it's a real problem that the dairy sector is completely excluded until after 2013, which means that the taxpayer has to pick up the cost of all the greenhouse emissions coming out of the dairy sector. But to some extent, it picked up some of the ideas that the Green Party was promoting. So I congratulate Trevor on identifying those 3 things, but it would be really good if the government itself were able to initiate some action around the environment.